Speaking of all of that, Brooks. Our next comic to come to the stage is somebody you may have learned about tonight. But we here, since his first performance here, know him as Brooks Hoover.
Sorry, it's just really funny because, one, thank God my girlfriend isn't here. Two, now after all that shit, the audience doesn't know what the fuck to think. And three, they're gonna get real confused when I start doing my pregnancy bit later. So we'll start off light. In the news recently, Dennis Rodman, who is a foreign dignitary apparently, was seen talking in Russia with Vladimir Putin, of all people. He's been known in the past, which is now more relative than ever, talking with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, who just did cyber attacks on Sony, apparently, according to the check your phones. That's like right now. But it's funny because when he was hanging out with Putin, Rodman was quoted, and I'm quoting here, saying that Rodman would say he's an all right dude, which seems weird, but I got this big just hunch in my gut that what if Rodman is actually like an international spy, and he's just getting in cahoots with North Korea and Russia and all the other evil countries, and eventually he's gonna get that CIA kill order, and he's just gonna take him out. My thought though, I wonder if he's not going to use guns or knives. I imagine one of those nose rings might be his signature weapon. But it would probably be timed. He would throw it and it would just start to circumnavigate the world a couple times. And then he'd be off, front row seats at a basketball game, and his watch goes off, and looks down. And then on the other side of the world, Kim Jong-un is giving a hate speech or something, and then all of a sudden that nose ring just goes, and Rodman's back in the U.S. level, and he's like, I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry. Now onto the pregnancy thing. In personal news, I had to deal with a pregnancy scare last week with me and my girlfriend, and that was the most horrifying thing ever, because I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to stop drinking, I'm gonna have to stop smoking, I can't be a selfish asshole anymore, fuck. And it's just that I don't think I would be a good dad. I don't think I would be a good dad at all. Because I hate kids. Hate them. They're like they're like little bald human beings. All they do is shit and cry and whine. Tiny little Hitlers, and they just like suck the life out of your existence, and then you gotta give them all your resources. And I get it. As a species, that's what we're supposed to do. We give our offspring our resources to ensure the survival of our genetics, and that's how the species carries on. I get it. But babies just seem so unnatural. Have you seen them when they first come out? They look like fucking little aliens. They're not even flesh colored. First of all, they're like purple and red, and they're covered in goo. They're just like, oh, it's creepy. Fuck. Ooh. I will say this though. If I ever, and this is a big if I ever have a kid, doing it in a fucking goddamn hospital. Okay, for those of you who don't know, statistics show that 98% of the population are normal and have their children in hospitals. Ooh, fuck. They have their kids in hospitals. Where they have like professionals and like life-saving medication and technology. The other 2% of the population has home births, or they have it at fucking home with a midwife, which is fucking crazy, because if I wanted to get like, any other like medical procedure done, or like a root canal, for instance, you never hear someone say, you know what, I want to, have the root canal at home, make it real natural, have the whole family there. It'll be beautiful. I'll just get liquored up on some shine and get a mirror and a power drill and just, ease on in there. It'll be beautiful. But you never hear that. I mean, for home births, you either have to have a crazy amount of balls to do that, or a crazy amount of crazy, because there are so many fucking things that could go wrong. Granted, I know that we've been having babies for, hundreds of thousands of years, and we're here now, so it must have worked. But I mean, my dad's an OB/GYN, I can just hear the worst stories. Back in the olden days, it'll be like, yeah, we wanted to go with the home birth, so she started pushing for about 21 hours, and, we were trying to go for the vaginal birth, but that's when her uterine roll tore, and she started bleeding out. All the painkillers we had at the time was alcohol, so we gave her some of that, and, she passed out from the blood loss. Well, we had to go out for the cesarean section then, but we didn't have any sharp knives, so I just went to the tool shed and pulled out the chainsaw, ripped that up. And once you start getting in there, just like carving a turkey. Finally got the baby out and everything, but the blood scent attracted all the wildlife in the area. Had to fight off that pack of wolves for like 2 hours. It was a real harrowing experience. My wife lost only like half her leg. It's fine. But, it really brought us all together as a family. It was just a beautiful experience. Love it. Fuck that. And that's my time.
Brooks Hoover, ladies and gentlemen. The baby. The cookies. They weren't average cookies. Then he made noises. I call that poem haiku.